It's the most wonderful time of the year. It is fantasy football season. It is Sunday, October 29th, about 8:30 a.m. here on a Sunday morning Central Time. And guys, this is a quick episode here, just a quick update on what you should be doing with that Denver Broncos Kansas City Chiefs game as it is snowing in Denver. This is the ADP, the Average Dudes podcast. I'm your Average Dude host, Matt Mormon. And we're just going to re-talk about one game real quick here. If you want full breakdowns on every game, go check out Tanner's episode from just the other day where he went through every single game. It only went about 25 minutes or so. So you can quickly hit every single one of those games, set those lineups. Also, I'm going to pull up the rankings here on the YouTube page. If you want to take a look at those, follow along, help set your lineups, those are available on the YouTube page at the community tab. They're also on Twitter if you follow us at ADP Dudes. So with that out of the way, let's hop right into things here. The Denver Broncos versus Kansas City Chiefs today. It's going to be a snowy mess, it sounds like. There's going to be some stuff going on there. I think this does not change anything for the studs. I'm still playing Patrick Mahomes. I'm still playing Travis Kelce. I'm still playing Javonte Williams. That one doesn't change for me. Tanner had him down at 23 among running backs. I think I like him a bit more than Tanner this week. But even with the snow, that's not going to change much for him. Same with Pacheco also. Pacheco, Tanner's got him all the way up at 13, juicy matchup. I love what I can see out of Isaiah Pacheco today. Where I think things could change a little bit is with some of the more fringe questions, right? A Russell Wilson at quarterback. Tanner's got him ranked at 13th going against the Chiefs. Meanwhile, like right behind him, he's got Matthew Stafford, who is facing – who do the Rams have today? I know this. Then Dallas. They have Dallas, who's a good defense, but they are missing Trayvon Diggs. They will for the rest of the season. I would prefer Stafford. I would prefer Jordan Love as a pivot as well. Those two guys that Tanner has right behind Russell Wilson. So if you're real desperate at quarterback, those are a couple guys I would prefer over Russ. Like I said, you're still playing Javonte and you're still playing Pacheco for me. Wide receiver is where I think things can get a little bit chaotic here. These are already players you don't totally love in these two offenses at wide receiver. I do like Rashee Rice as a bit of a sleeper. I think this dampens that just a little bit. For example, Tanner's got Josh Palmer. Assuming he plays, keep an eye on that. It's too early in the morning to know that for sure. But for example, Josh Palmer, I would be playing my Amari Cooper or my Deontay Johnson or my Christian Watson, Tank Dell. I'd be playing all those guys over Rashee Rice now, even though I was a fan of Rashee Rice as a bit of a sleeper option. Those are all guys Tanner has ranked behind Rashee Rice right there immediately, who I would start over Rice now. I think Rice versus Kendrick Bourne is pretty interesting. Michael Thomas is down there. I would rather start Rice. Michael Thomas yesterday got listed as questionable for this game with an illness. So that's something to keep an eye on. You may not want to play him after we just suffered the Bijan illness terror of last week. JSN is a guy right back there who I think is interesting. Maybe he's like kind of right there with the with Rashee Rice, same with Romeo Dobbs. I think those are kind of interesting, tough questions. And you see way down that list is Jerry Jeudy. He's behind all those guys in Tanner's rankings already. I think, Jerry Jeudy totally falls off the table for me this week. I can't really think of any scenario. I don't have Jerry Jeudy in any leagues. But if I did, I don't think I'd be playing him in any. Cortland Sutton, I think, does also move down. Tanner's got some guys behind him who I would much rather start ahead of him. Guys like Hollywood Brown, Tyler Lockett, Drake London, Calvin Ridley. I actually really like Calvin Ridley this week. I think this could be a really good Calvin Ridley week. I think him and Christian Kirk both could go off for some good numbers this week. Josh Downs also right there behind Cortland Sutton. For me, I would rank the receivers in this game. I would go Sutton, Rice, Jeudy. I think Sutton is kind of a lower-end flex option. Rice is a pure desperation flex, and Jeudy is just a non-option for me. And then Travis Kelce, you're still playing him for sure. You're not playing any Denver tight ends in this one. I think the Chiefs defense does move up a little bit in the DST rankings to me. He had them kind of behind the Bills, the Browns, the 49ers there. I think I would rather start them than the 49ers, who do have a pretty tough matchup in this one with taking on the Bengals. I think better things for the Bengals, but I kind of need to see it to believe it fully. I'd rather start them than the Browns also going against the Seahawks up there in Seattle today. And he's got the Eagles all the way up there, number 2. I would probably have the Jets a little bit higher above them. But that's little stuff. I think the other interesting thing to me, I think the Broncos DST comes into play a little bit here. I don't know if I would be starting them in redraft anywhere, but on DFS, I know on FanDuel, because I just set some lineups this morning. On FanDuel, the Denver Broncos are the cheapest DST. And for good reason. I get it. I totally get it, because they've been a complete train wreck this season and they've been a mess. It's very well documented how teams have just gashed them. I think if you really want to save some money and get high upside in other spots, I don't think they'll kill you this week. I don't necessarily think they'll be a real positive. I don't think they're going to cause a bunch of turnovers and score a whole bunch of points, but I do not think they will be a complete train wreck this week going against a Chiefs offense that, hasn't been the most explosive to begin with. And now just with the kind of the sloshy weather going on here, maybe they can just kind of hang in there. They gave them a great game last time. If you start the Broncos defense on that Thursday night game against the Chiefs, you're pretty happy with it. So I think you can get away with it if you're completely desperate at DST and plug in the Denver Broncos. But the big thing here, again, you're starting all your studs. You're starting your Mahomes. You're starting your Kelce. You're starting your Pacheco. I think you're still starting your Javonte Williams. The receivers become a bit more lower-end flex options. And to me, Russell Wilson, I'm looking elsewhere for streamers. So, guys, just real quick update there. That'll wrap it up for me this morning. Best of luck in your matchups this week as we continue to truck through this NFL season, this fantasy football season. I will see you guys in the morning for some week 9. Week 9? Are we in week 9 or are we in week 8? I don't even know, man. We're so far into the season, it all blends together. We're in week 8. What am I doing? I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe even tonight for some week 8 recap, where I'll go through each and every game from this Sunday slate. We'll see what happens with this Broncos and Chiefs game at that point. So, guys, we'll see you then.